Hi everybody, I'm back. And today I'm going to show you all how to make pork neck bones. Here's what you will need. Over here, I have some pork neck bones that I bought from my meat market. You're going to need those. You're going to need a green bell pepper, a white onion. You will need a garlic clove, as well as soy sauce. You're going to need onion soup mix. You will also need beef broth, parsley flakes, adobo, and you can see that we have the Maggie and the beef flavored bouillon. You will need Sazon, as well as garlic powder, cracked black pepper, allspice, white rice, and flour. Okay? So then, we are going to, first thing that we're going to do, you want to make sure that your sink is impeccably clean. And you want to also make sure that your hands are nice and clean. First thing that I want to do is open up this bag here. And we're going to put our meat in the sink so that we can wash our meat off. Okay? And what we're going to use to wash our meat off today is we are going to use lemon. So I have some fresh lemon right there that we're going to use. I've cleaned my sink out. Let's put our pork neck bones down into our sink, just like so. I am so excited to make this recipe for you all. I've had so many requests. Gina, can you do pork neck bones? Sure I can. So today we're making pork neck bones in the Young house. All right, beautiful. So now, let me show you what they look like so you can have an idea. They look just like so. I have a little bit of glare coming through. Let me see if I can fix that. I have my kitchen window open. There, that's a better picture. And I'm getting a little bit of glare. This is what a pork neck bone looks like, and we're going to scrub this and we're going to get it nice and clean. Okay? And they all look different shapes, different sizes, and they all have a lot of meat and so much flavor. See this here? I have about 7 or 8 pieces. Okay? So the first thing that I'd like to do, we're going to use lemon, and we're also going to use sea salt to clean these as well. The sea salt serves as an abrasive, you know, kind of like it'll help to scratch the meat and clean it. So the first thing that I like to do is put you some sea salt on there. And don't worry about this sea salt making this salty, because it will not. This will get rinsed off, okay? First thing that you want to do is you want to rinse your meat just like so with the salt on it, okay? And rub it together. Remember, we're using the salt as an abrasive, okay? Just like this. You don't want to use warm water, and you don't want to use hot water. Only cold water, okay? Just like this. Get it nice and rubbed together. And then we'll go in with our lemon. If you don't have lemon, feel free to use lime. And if you don't have either of those, you can always use vinegar. Okay? Let's let that water out. Beautiful. And then we're going to go in with our lemon. Woo, that lemon is juicy. My goodness. And you're just going to kind of rub it. Just like so. What this lemon does is it really cleans your meat, and it gives it a good flavor. Absolutely it does. That acid gives it such a great flavor. Oh yeah, and I just rub it, okay, until all of my lemon or my lime is done. Like I said, feel free to use vinegar as well if you don't have lemon or lime. We're going to do each piece, top and bottom, the sides. Take your time to clean it. When you have clean meat, you have some good meat there. Oh yeah. This is one juicy lemon. Okay, and you're just going to scrub it just like so. Every piece. Don't forget a piece. I'm going to continue to clean the meat. Okay. And then I'll press the pause button. When I'm done cleaning this meat, I'll come back and I'll show you the cooking process. Okay, one thing that I want you all to make sure that you clean your sink out. I'm done washing the meat off and I've cleaned my sink. Make sure your sink is impeccably clean after you're done because you don't want to leave any bacteria from the raw meat in your sink. Okay, everybody, now that we have our meat nice and clean, let's go ahead and start seasoning our meat up. Okay, I'm going to go in with some parsley, just like so. Okay, just going to put parsley on one side. And then we're going to use some beautiful adobo. Adobo is very tasty. It has so many flavors in it. And anytime I make neck bones, I always use adobo. Always do. Absolutely. We're going to use the beef Maggie. Okay. If you want it to, if you have the Maggie pollo, which is the chicken flavored one, then you use that. Okay. Absolutely. Let's get these nice and seasoned up. Oh yeah, these are going to be so tender and so flavorful. You hear me? Woo! And I am so excited. Just wait till you see them in that gravy. Oh my word. Oh yeah, this is garlic. We're going to put some cracked black pepper on. And I'm going to have fresh green beans on the side and white rice. And I'm going to smother these in gravy. I like to use ground allspice. And I think what I'll do with my allspice is I'll put my allspice in the gravy. Okay? So then we're going to put some Sazon on as well. Okay? Just like so. And we're going to let these seasonings soak in for around about 7 to 10 minutes before we start the cooking process. All right? We're going to give these a nice sear, okay, to sear in some of those beautiful juices. And then I'm going to show you how to cook them from there. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and give these a turn. Just like so. There we go. I love my meat market that I go to. Anything that I'm looking for, I can find it, and you can find the best of it. You know, some of you all say, Gina, where did you get that meat from? Where did you find those oxtails or whatever it may be? It's my meat market, and they have the best meats. Okay, so then let's go back in with the same seasonings on the other side. Sazon. Get you some on there. Don't be afraid to season. Only seasoning you have to worry about is your seasonings that have salt in them or salt itself. This Sazon is going to give such a beautiful color. Absolutely. And a great flavor as well. Woo! Maggie beef flavor or beef bouillon. You can use the chicken flavor if you like. Absolutely, you can. Okay, they both will give beautiful flavor. Adobo. Put you some on there, guys. Nothing but flavor here. Oh, yeah. Garlic powder and black pepper. We'll let these sit for 7 to 10 minutes before we give them a nice sear. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, yes, they are. Woo! Let's let these bad boys sit. And then over here, I want to show you my pan that we're going to use. Let's come over this way. Here's my pan that we're going to use. And we're going to put, let's go ahead and put our oil in now. We're going to put some vegetable oil in. And that's all you need, just to give them a nice sear, okay? And I'll turn the pan on right before we start to cook them. And then over here, you can see my wok. This is what we're going to simmer our neck bones in, okay? This wok here. All right, so we're going to let these sit 7 to 10 minutes, and then I'll come back. Okay, everybody, be honest with me. Be honest with me. Isn't this the most beautiful seasoned meat? It's so beautiful. I love that. I love when it looks beautiful even before we put it in the pan. So my pan is nice and hot, and you can see I have the oil in the pan. Let's go ahead. I have my pan on medium high. Let's go ahead and start putting our meat, your seasoned meat, right down into the pan. Okay? Okay, everybody, you should start to see when you put your meat in the pan, it should sizzle right away. And if it doesn't, that means that your pan is not hot enough, okay? So make sure that your pan is hot enough so you can get a beautiful sear on your pork neck bones so that we can sear in all that beautiful juice, get a nice crust on the outside, okay? And that will make for a beautiful tender neck bone. Okay, put these in here just like so, and I've turned my heat up just a tad bit over medium high. Okay, it's not on high though, just a little bit above it. I think I can fit those all in there just like so. Okay, once they start to get beautiful, nice and golden brown, I'll come back and we'll give them a turn, and then we'll finish with the cooking process. Okay, everyone, let's check in on some of our beautiful neck bones. Oh, yeah. You see that? Nice color. That's what you're wanting. You want to get that nice golden brown color on there. See that there? Beautiful. That's all caramelization, and that's all flavor being protected. What do you mean by protected? That's all flavor that's going to stay in there. That's all juice that's going to stay in there because we got this beautiful sear on it. Okay, let's go ahead and turn these. And here in a few minutes, we'll be ready to take these out of the pan and start to get these in our beautiful broth. I like to cook mine in broth rather than just use water, because if you just use water, you don't have much flavor. You use some chicken broth or some beef broth, now we're talking, right? We want to build flavor on top of flavor on top of flavor. Look at this, guys. Oh, yeah. You never had these before? You better make you some. Look at that. Okay, everybody. Now let's see the bottom of this one. That's just what you're looking for. Now it's time to take our neck bones out. Okay? And we're going to start. See that? Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Start to put them into our wok that we have here. Get that nice, beautiful crust on each side. Oh, yeah, baby. Woo, that's beautiful. I know these things are going to be good. So those of you that were looking forward to my super chat today, I had to cancel the super chat until further notice because I'm feeling a little under the weather. For some reason, I can't stop sneezing. So I don't want to do the super chat, and I'm uncomfortable, you know, and my nose is running, and I just don't feel the greatest. So I'm going to hold off on the super chat until further notice, you know. And here's the thing. If I feel better tomorrow, then we'll just do a super chat tomorrow, all right? So those of you that were looking forward to the chat, I surely apologize to you all. Okay? All right, let's take these last ones out, put them right into this wok. And all of this flavor right here, hey, listen, you're going to pour it right in that wok as well. Okay? So now that you can hear me a little better, here's what you're going to do next. I want to take This is soy sauce. This is just the Maggie name brand, okay? But it's just soy sauce. We're going to put some soy sauce on there if I can open it. The soy sauce is going to give it a nice flavor and a nice deep color. And then you want to go in with your whole bottle. This is a 32 ounce of beef broth. If you don't have beef broth, feel free to use vegetable broth, or you could even use chicken broth, whatever floats your boat, okay? Just like so. Pour the whole thing on there because you're going to need all that broth. Beautiful. And then I like to go in with my onion soup mix. You can use Lipton onion soup mix or any onion soup mix that you would like to use. Let me grab my kitchen shears. All right, let's go ahead. I've opened up my onion soup mix, and they have a different kinds of onion soup mix. They have one that has mushrooms and some that has beef. I just use the onion kind. The onion kind is perfect for me. And I just pour it all over, just like so. Okay? And then we're going to let this cook. I'm going to let this get nice and tender, and I use both packets. You should have 2 onion soup mix packets. Use both. And I believe I have around about 7 or 8 neck bones. Kind of swoosh your onion soup mix around, okay? So that seasoning can get down into your broth. You want to turn this onto a medium-high and just let it cook. You can put your lid on here and just let it cook. And what's going to happen is these are going to get nice and tender. And when I see that these are nice and tender the way that I'm thinking of, where they're almost fall off the bone, then I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful gravy that these are going to be smothered in. Okay? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to grab my knife, and we're going to cut up our onion, our garlic, and our green bell pepper, because we want to cook our neck bones in onion, green pepper, and garlic, because it's going to give so much flavor off. All right, so these are on medium-high. Just let them go. Okay, let's go ahead. I have some fresh garlic. We want to give our garlic a nice pop here. And what you do when you hit your knife like that, you help for the skin to come off of the garlic. Otherwise, you'll be peeling for days trying to get that skin off. And you also help yourself chop the garlic up. See how you kind of pre-chop it by giving it a nice whack? Okay? So I'm just going to give it a rough chop, just like so. And then into our beautiful beef broth. All right, and then back over. I've washed my bell pepper. Okay, you're going to want to roughly chop. If you want small pieces, you can. I'm just going to kind of roughly chop it because all I'm looking for is flavor from the bell pepper, okay? And I don't mind eating it as well. So I'm just going to kind of go in and cut some, and we're just going to throw it in. This right here, if you are a fan of peppers and you don't mind peppers, I highly suggest that you use you some peppers because they make it so delicious. You hear me? Absolutely it does. Okay? But if you're that person that says, oh no, Gina, I really don't like peppers, well, here's the thing. Don't use it, and it'll still be just fine, okay? I promise you. I'd never steer you wrong. But if you like peppers, use it. But if you like the peppers, please use it. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with the onion here. Just a rough chop. And then I'm going to get started on making some white rice. And I'm going to get started with cleaning and snapping my fresh green beans that I have. Okay? Because you can't have neck bones without green beans. You have to have green beans and white rice on the side of smothered neck bones. At least I do. Absolutely I do. It's like it just goes together. You know, like spaghetti, garlic bread, and a salad. You know how that goes together? I feel like neck bones, rice, and green beans just goes together. And it has to be fresh green beans. Oh yeah. If you're that person that doesn't care for onions, then just use some onion powder. Okay? But I do suggest using some type of onion for flavor. Okay? Beautiful. Now what we're going to do, you don't even have to mix those in because eventually they'll get mixed in. Go ahead and put your nice lid on. Make sure your lid is nice and tight. And then we're just going to let this go on a medium-high heat. And then I'll be coming back probably after maybe 2 hours of these boiling, because that 2 hours will allow, and it might not even be 2 hours, but I'll let you know exactly how long. I want these bad boys to be falling off the bone before I put them in my gravy, okay? So next time I come back, we'll be peeking in and out, and I'll be letting you know how long it's cooked and what they're looking like, if they're tender yet. Once they get tender, I'll show you how to make the gravy. Okay, everyone, let's peek down inside of our beautiful neck bones. Oh, yeah. Those of you that have never tasted neck bones before, you know, some people are squeamish and they say, "Ooh, no, I don't want any neck bones." But here's the thing. It's just the neck. You know, we eat pork ribs, we eat pork chops. You see what I'm saying? And so we eat pork roast. This here is just a neck, and it is so tasty. You hear me? Oh, what it tastes like. If I had to tell you, like, what does it taste like? It tastes like ribs. Oh, yeah, it tastes like some meaty, nice, and tender ribs. That's what it tastes like. Oh my goodness. So you can see our sauce is starting to reduce down. And you can see our vegetables are kind of starting to disintegrate into flavor land. Oh yeah. So then, and our meat's still at the point to where it's getting tender. Once I feel like they're almost falling off the bone, then we'll go ahead with our gravy process. So let me show you. Hold on, guys. Whoops. I have some beautiful white rice here. So that's what we're going to put our pork neck bones on top of. We're going to continue to let these cook, and I'll be back. Okay, everybody, I want you all to look down into my wok, because our pork neck bones are completely cooked. Let me show you something. Let's grab one. See that there? Oh, look, that's fall off. Let me get another fork here. This right here is what you call fall off the bone. Okay? See that? Oh my goodness. Like, listen here, I could eat this just like this. I can barely grab it because they're so tender. See that? Beautiful. That beautiful meat. I can just gnaw on this bone right here just like that. Okay? So they're done. Let me show you a couple others. Let's grab one back here. Okay? Just look at just how tender that is. See that right there? Beautiful. That beautiful pork. All right, and it has so much meat on there. Watch this. Watch this. Just pull it off. You got some nice, tender, beautiful meat. See that there? Okay, so I just wanted to show you all that. And then let's take the spoon, because I want you all to see how the sauce has reduced down, but yet it still has all that flavor. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. And the vegetables, like I told you, the vegetables have cooked down to barely just flavor. Okay, I have my green beans going here, and I have a skillet here. What we're going to do with the skillet, guys, I am really feeling under the weather. Feel like I'm getting sick. We're going to go in with some oil. And what I want to do is I want to start a roux. Okay, let's get this nice and hot. And then we're going to grab some of our, I'm going to turn these green beans down a little bit. Grab some of our flour. You're going to use flour and oil to start your roux. And this is going to be that part of the gravy. This is what starts your gravy, the roux. Okay? So you have equal parts oil, equal parts flour. And you just mix it up just like so until it becomes a smooth consistency. Okay? Just in this manner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to temper. And what temper is I'm going to take some of the liquid from our meat and I'm going to pour it into here to make our gravy. Okay? Instead of using water, because normally when I make a gravy, I'll use water or chicken broth. But since we have that beautiful broth right there, why not use it and make it into gravy? Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. I want to use much more roux because I got a big pot over there. So I'm going to use a little bit more oil, a little bit more flour. And we're just going to mix it up just like so. And you make sure you mix it until there are no lumps and everything's nice and smooth. Take your time. When you have time, when you take your time and you have patience in that kitchen, hey, you're going to have you some good food. Patience is the key, and I see it a lot of times. Patience is the key to good food, guys. And you see I keep going back and forth with the oil and the flour because I want to make sure that I have a nice smooth consistency roux. Because I don't want any lumps in my gravy. Nope. No lumps over here, guys. Okay? You see how I'm starting to get it nice and smooth? That's what you're wanting. And if you feel like yours is too thick, put you some more oil in. If you feel like it's too thin, put you some flour in. No problem there. And I'm cooking this on a low heat, okay? Because if you don't, it'll burn. You have to be very careful and stay right here with this roux, okay? Let me answer my phone, guys. I'll be right back. See how we have this nice smooth texture? Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. This right here. And you're wanting it to start to get, you see how it's starting to get a peanut butter color? I'd like for mine to get a little deeper in flavor. I mean, a little deeper, yes, a little deeper in flavor and a little deeper in color. Because the longer you let this cook, the more that flour taste kind of cooks off, okay? And it gives you a nice nutty flavor, okay? If you all can understand that. And you can see as I speak, this is getting dark before your eyes. Okay? So then what we'll do is we'll put some of our liquid from our neck bones in here. I'm putting some more flour. How come? Well, the reason why is because I got a big pot to make gravy for, and I want to make sure that I have enough gravy. I don't want to mix this in with the liquid and not have enough gravy for all of that meat. So that's why I put a little bit more in. Okay, I'm going to continue to do this for around about maybe 3 to 4 more minutes, and then I'll show you how to pour the neck bone juice in here to start our gravy process, and then we'll pour everything back into the neck bones. Be right back. Okay, everyone, see this beautiful color? This is a beautiful color to start your gravy off with. And you can see that there's absolutely no lumps whatsoever. So I've turned my roux down to the lowest as it can go. Okay, let's come over here. All right, and you're going to see me. I'm going to take this cup here, and I want to gather some of our liquid. Okay, bring it over here. Check me out, guys. Anytime you're making gravy, whether you have the meat juice or water, you always want to make sure it's a hot liquid. Okay, which this is a hot liquid. This is our hot juice. Okay, I need to grab some more. Or either you grab hot water. Okay? Once this gets to where I can actually pour it, pourable, I'm going to pour it back into the neck bones. You can see it's really thick right now, okay? So all I need to do, let's come over here, grab some more. There's a bone that got in there. We don't want that bone. We just want all this goodness, that beautiful broth. Okay? Check me out, guys. Then we're going to mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it. Okay? Until it's nice and smooth. All right? And then we're going to put it back inside of our neck bones. Okay, give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, what you can see right here is you can see that I had to put my gravy in a bigger pan. So all I did was I just transferred everything to a bigger pan so I could mix it up. Okay, and now I have a nice, beautiful gravy. And I'm just going to keep on, we'll take that bone out. I'm just going to keep on putting more juice and more juice in until my sauce is nice and thin and nice and beautiful and smooth. Okay, and then we'll take this and pour it on top of our neck bones, and we will have smothered neck bones 101. This right here was so simple. How long did they take? Well, they took exactly 1 hour and 35 minutes to get nice and tender. And these are fall off the bone. Oh yeah, so this is the consistency that I'm looking for. So, what you're going to do, let's come over here, because we're going to go right back into our pan. Even though that extra sauce is in there, that's fine. This will mix right into our sauce. Okay? And we have smothered. 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 Neck bones. Check it out, guys. You hear me? Look at this. Oh my word. Do you see this? Oh, I am so excited. Look at this one, guys. This one right here is just like ready to be devoured, right? Okay, and we have white rice on the side, and I have some homemade fresh green beans that I've cooked. Those of you that are curious how I made my fresh green beans, please check out my video for how to make fresh green beans, because that's how I made them today. They were freshly snapped, and I used the exact recipe that I have on YouTube for my green beans. So make sure to check out that recipe, because it's an awesome recipe. And like I said earlier, if you're having neck bones, you have to have green beans and white rice to go along with it. So I'm going to put my green beans back on the stove. That's what these are. Okay, I have my white rice. I'm just waiting on my green beans to get done. Once they're done, we'll plate these smothered, look at this, smothered neck bones. We're going to plate them up. I'm going to let you all know what these taste like. Look at this. Look at this. Guys, look at this. Oh my word. Be back, everyone. Look how simple. It was so simple. Okay, everybody, here is the pork neck bones. And you all know I had a couple extras, but everybody started to eat dinner. Okay, so watch this. Smothered pork chops 101. If you never had this before, you better make you some. Hoo-wee, look at that. This right here is some good eating. Woo, this is good eating. And I got some fresh tomatoes here on the side. I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil and just put just a little splash over top of those tomatoes. Just a little splash. A little bit of salt and pepper on my tomatoes to bring that beautiful tomato flavor out. A little bit of cracked pepper. Oh yeah. All right, let's scoot. Look at these. Look at those. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Now, starting to make a plate here. Let's go ahead. Put my beautiful tomatoes that we've salt and peppered and put a little bit of olive oil on. Put them right there next to our fresh green beans. I have to eat that one. Oh, yeah. And then, let me grab the best neck bone over here so that we can get started. Okay, everyone, which one do I want? Let's see. I think eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one, this one, or this one? Let's go in right. This one right here looks beautiful. Get right there on my plate. Oh, yeah. I gotta wipe that off, make my plate look pretty for my thumbnail picture. All right, Lord, we thank you for this beautiful meal. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for the roof over our head, the food that you give us, and the love that we receive from you, Lord. We pray that no weapons formed against this family shall prosper. No weapons formed against my viewers shall prosper, in Jesus Christ's name. Send your angels down to surround us day and night, and your Holy Spirit to help us make good decisions. Give us peace over our mind. Once again, we thank you for this food today. Amen. Let's dig in, guys. All right, I'm going right here. Ooh-wee. This right here, my mouth has been watering all day for this pork neck bone. Give this a try and let me know what you all think. Look at this. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. You know what? Your girl has done it again. Oh, for sure. Look at this. Beautiful, nice and tender. Remember when I told you we were searing that meat to keep all the juices in and you're going to have a nice tender meat? That's what we was doing when we was browning those neck bones off. Look just how tender. Fall off the bone tender. If you all enjoyed this video today, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload one of these awesome recipes. Taste that, guys. Fresh green beans. Look at this. Woo-wee! Oh my goodness. This right here. Oh, this will make you smack somebody. Man. And like I said, when you make this, you have to have it with green beans, white rice, and you have to smother it. And as always, God bless each and every one of you. That's good. Have a great night. Thank you all for watching. Hey, get in that kitchen and make you some neck bones. You see just how simple and easy it is. Make this for your loved one. Make this for anybody you love. This is a dish you'll never forget. Good night. Couple more bites, guys. I know you all want to taste that tomato. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. My goodness, is this thing good. And it's full. Ooh, so good. So delectable. Look at that. Taste that, guys. I just can't stop myself. Good night.